I hope y'all can hear me. Y'all know every week I forget, or every time I get on here, I forget um, what I'm doing and how to do it. I know I got on here early because I'm using a new webcam, and I think I like the way it looks. I'm using, um, I bought this webcam off of Amazon because I felt like the one on my laptop just kind of came out too grainy. So I think this looked pretty good. So I know I'm early, a couple of minutes early, but I wanted to make sure I could get everything together and I hope I can be heard. So we're going to wait and see. I wonder if I can go on YouTube and see if I can hear myself on my channel from my phone. Let's see. I don't know. It says I'm live. Can y'all hear me? Give me a one or a yes or something to make sure I connected the right mic to um, to the live. I've come a long way with technology. All right, awesome. All right. So we cooking with gas. All right. I know I came on early. We're gonna wait. We got a special guest. We have Courtney. If you had a chance to look at I think I'm gonna stop calling them interviews. I don't know because I feel like it's just conversations that I'm having with people because maybe it's something I'm curious about, or as they're talking, something comes up or what have you. And so yeah, so if you had a chance to check out that video I did of me and Courtney's conversation. Okay, and Courtney's here. All right, Courtney. Once I get a few more people in, I'm gonna drop the link and bring you up. All right. So y'all know me and the technology. But I am really liking this external webcam. I look pretty good because I'm really tired. And it's not giving as tired as I really am. Okay. So we're gonna uh get started, guys. Hope everybody is doing well. I know it's been a minute since I've been on here. Life has been lifing. Hey, Esty, how you doing? Life has been lifing. I can't remember if I mentioned in one of the posts, but my mom was in a car accident. She's doing fine. They just kept her overnight for observation and things like that. So, but that is like it threw everything off, and then just my regular chaotic life and things of that nature. So I feel like we ain't been on here probably almost a month on a Thursday. So um, I thank y'all for still rocking with me. Y'all know if I'm gone, it's cause life is lifing, not cause I didn't just fell off or something like that. But you know how we do. Let's get started. Let's talk about wins. We are almost at the end of 2025, going into 2026, right? 2026. And some people don't like New Year's resolutions or whatever you want to call it. Me personally, I don't have a problem with New Year's resolutions. However, January to March is kind of like my fourth quarter. So this right now, October, November, December is like my third quarter. Because for me, I feel like April is when the year finally kicks off for me. So even though I will be doing, hi Pam, even though I will be doing some things, kicking off with the new calendar year, my true, what I just feel internally, new year starts in April. So, make sure you drop in the chat your wins, anything that really looking to lock down and do in 2026. I am really trying to broaden my horizons when it comes to my clinic and marketing and just building community and things like that. So that's been my focus in 2025. I'm just going to take it to another level in 2026. And my win is I'm here today, y'all. I'm here today. I got my new webcam so that I can hold off, end up buying, trying not to buy a laptop and things of that nature. Y'all can hear me. We got people here, and I know the time might have threw people off because for months we have been doing 7:30, but I am kind of transitioning out. Like I'm done with that gut advanced gut class. Um, so from time to time, I'll still dip in there and support the group. That sounded like field service, didn't it? Support the group. Oh my God, that's triggering. I know, y'all, but I'll go in and you know I don't even want to say support now, but go in with the gut course. But I want to get back to 7 because I know a lot of y'all are on the East Coast time, and I know sometimes we get to going, and I know, right, Courtney, and then we I want to be mindful of y'all time because I know sometimes we go longer than an hour and things like that. So Pam says, sending prayers and love. Glad your mom is better. Have a blessed holiday season. You too, Pam. You too. You too. All right. So I told y'all my wins. Um, Courtney is here. Now she won't be on camera. She kind of got some things going on, but she was still willing to come and talk to us. So if you have questions based on the video, feel free to put them in the chat. And then, we just gonna kind of continue our conversation. So let me see if I can remember, how to do this. There we go. So Courtney, I'm about to drop the link in the chat. And then you should all you have to do is click the link, and then I think it'll let me know that you in the background, and then we'll bring you up, and then we'll make sure the camera's off. And shout out to Courtney for still being a trooper and coming on and everything. What else been going on? What y'all been watching? So I have watched the Diddy series, and I don't know. I really want to do a video, kind of scripted out. Okay, we got Courtney coming. All right.
Oh, yay, I'm here.
Yeah. So I before we get started, Courtney, I'm just running my mouth real quick. So I watched the Diddy series on Netflix, and that one to me by far was the best. Like I did and done them, A&E, all the different people. But that one was very detailed. We got to hear, people's experience that, the other ones didn't necessarily include. And so I got to thinking as I'm watching it, and I'm like, y'all know me. Anytime I watch anything like this, controlling, scamming, things like that, I instantly go to it's a correlation to behaviors of the watchtower and the governing body. So I did script it out. I need to just do it. That's something I need to carry into 2026. I need to just do when I script stuff out, I need to just get on. Don't worry about, how I look or set up or whatever, and just get it out. So I definitely plan to still do that, but I kind of want to do it while it's relevant. So I don't know, y'all. I'm a mess. So that is another series on Netflix that I think was originally on HBO Max or something like that, and it's called Love and Death. It's based on a true story. It's crazy. Y'all should
I've
watch
never
it.
heard of that one.
Oh, you gotta watch that, Courtney. What else have I been watching? Hulu did their version of the Murdoch murders. I don't know if y'all I hope I
Mm.
can say that. I don't know if y'all heard of that story before, but it's about that prominent legal family down in South Carolina, and the son got drunk and hit like an embankment,
Mm-hmm.
speeding on the boat. The Hulu version, it puts the Lifetime movie and, like I say, all the other versions like to shame. So that's on Hulu. So that's what I've been doing, kind of going down a true crime, um, you know, rabbit hole. So that's what I've been watching and things like that in the background.
I
So,
love me some true crime.
oh my goodness, I could listen and watch true crime all day long. Um, which is so crazy. Which is so crazy. But welcome Courtney. Courtney. Yes. So again, you all, if you watched Courtney and I's conversation, if you have any questions based on that video that you like to ask Courtney, just put them in the chat. Or if you like, you can also click the link and we can bring you up if you want to verbally say it. But Courtney, so let me go ahead and get started.
Okay.
So um a lot of people really appreciated, I should have screenshotted. A lot of people really appreciated the video, your openness and everything. Is it have you had any of your friends who might have seen it? Because I think I posted the link in your Facebook group, your XJW Facebook
Mm-hmm.
group. Did any of your friends watch it? Did they have any commentary or insight about what
Yeah, so everyone that I mentioned in the video, I sent it to them. So one of my friends, she was actually in your comments. She said we survived or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she knew exactly. She was like, "Yep, I peeped it. I knew exactly when you were shouting me out." Um and one of my best friends saw it. But it was really interesting to I sent it to a couple of my cousins, and I was just like, hey, just watch this so you can kind of get an understanding of how I grew up and things like that. So it was, I mean, the majority of it they never knew. So just having them ask me questions and getting a little bit more understanding of, my life growing up, and, my mother, who is their relative, you know what I mean? Just kind of understanding. It was just very interesting to, hear their questions and be like, oh my God, I didn't know you were going through all of that. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
That was
Hmm.
good. That was good. Was our conversation the first time you done something like that outside of your Facebook group?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Hmm.
So I'm really honored. I'm really honored.
Yep, that's the. So I do have a channel here that I made a video. Oh my God, like a million years ago. The quality is so bad. I was like sitting in my car in the dark, but I talked about. I think I talked about more of like the social aspect of like Jehovah's Witnesses or whatever. Just a couple different things. It was like maybe a 5 or 10 minute video,
Hmm.
but never going into detail from you know
Yeah, like kind of.
childhood
Hmm.
to being a grown up. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Hey, Butterfly. Hi, Cedric. Thanks for coming over here to the channel. Everybody, don't forget to like and make sure y'all subscribe to the
Like
channel.
and subscribe.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I'm like, can I get to 1600 before the year is out? I know it's my fault. I know it's my fault. Because I stopped having the consistency. But if y'all can just, share any video, how about this? Let's do a little challenge. Share the video this year that you enjoyed the most with somebody. Ask them to
Mhm.
watch it and subscribe so I can get to 1600 for my little ego.
Okay.
But I think that is I think that is great that you did that, sharing it with like you say, your cousins who didn't really know what it was like,
Yep.
the things that you went through, and saying like, hey, I know we cool and we do our thing or whatever, but yeah, this kind of like what I was going through growing up. My
Mm-hmm.
cousin, when I did well, mine ended up being a three-part series or what have you. And when I did it, she was texting. Like it was like every 5 seconds. She's like, I didn't know this. Oh my God. Now where
Mm-hmm.
she was like, I did not know this was going on. She's like, you never like let on. And that is the culture of Jehovah Witnesses, right?
Yes.
You
Yes.
it's like the old school saying, we watch these programs and things like that, and things can be going on in the house, like child SA or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they always will be like, don't say anything. And that's how it is in the Jehovah Witnesses. Do not say anything about what's going on in this kingdom hall.
That
Definitely.
is exactly right. Or in your house. I mean, the most abusive parents go to the Kingdom Hall, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's physical abuse, essay, all of that. Um, and they hide behind the religion. But
Mm-hmm.
the most traumatic childhoods that I've ever heard of, they're all, I mean, Jehovah Witnesses. Like
Mm-hmm.
literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's really really crazy. Like what you just said kind of made me think about how um so many people, like whether it's my channel or somebody else, and you reading the comments, and people are like, oh my God, I didn't know this. I work with a JW, and they just
Hmm.
the kindest person. And I was thinking about this earlier today, how because the one of the programs I mentioned to y'all, the Love and Death, they church goers. So I was
Hmm.
thinking about how religion is painted like that's what makes you a good person, because you are a Baptist or you're a Methodist or you're Jehovah Witness or you're a Mormon or you're this. That's what's supposed to make you a good person, right? But it's bullcrap, because either you're a good person or you ain't.
Yep.
Because as much as the governing body and all that stuff will try to make you believe, I was who I was at the core. You know,
Right.
I am a true Aquarius. On one, at any given moment, I want to save the world. I want to save the world. I want to feed the children. I hate to see roadkill. My husband think I'm crazy. Like if we pass, we like, oh my God, poor raccoon. Oh my God, poor squirrel. Oh my God, poor deer. And he just be like, whatever. I'm like, oh, and I got Wild Kingdom in my backyard, but I still don't want like to see them dead on the roadside.
Yeah, of course.
Um, but that's who I am. Jehovah Witnesses didn't make me that, and things of that nature. And like you said earlier, some of the most dirty, dog, nasty work that has been
Hmm.
done to me has been when I was part of that organization.
Yep.
So it's just a complete facade that they want to portray, that we're wholesome and clean and we're this and we're that and we're loving and we love, and it's so far from not the truth.
It's so
So,
far. I really need to have a story time one day, but they take advantage of you. They take advantage of kindness.
mm-hmm,
Um,
mm-hmm,
I had to step in. It's been over a year now, but I had to step in with a situation involving my mother, because the brothers knew that she had extra room in the house because my uncle had just passed, and
mm,
my mother is single, and
yeah,
so apparently there was a sister, quote unquote, from another congregation that needed a place to stay, and they called my mother, and so my mother was like, oh, okay, yeah, did not know this person from Adam.
that's
Okay,
right.
this lady moves into the house, and I'm gonna try to keep the long story short, but basically, no
Ah,
money.
go, no, tell us.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a good story time. Okay.
Let's go.
So, okay, I have to set the scene for you. So, my mother, I love her dearly, but she does things that don't make a lot of sense. So, when I was growing up, I could not have friends over, as we know. You know, they cannot come over unless they're Jehovah's Witness. Okay, and even if they were, barely, because she just didn't want anybody over here. So fast forward to a couple years ago, um, my daughter was getting her tonsils out. So we are at the hospital. 'Cause she just had surgery, but they want to keep her overnight, which I was not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of scrambling, trying to make these arrangements. So my mother is there with me and decides to tell me that, oh, by the way, I have a roommate. So I start chuckling, thinking she got a puppy. No, it's a person who um a brother called her, stating that the sister needed help. She needed basically she needed to move like ASAP. Okay. So my mother's like, oh yeah, okay, she can stay here. So literally that same day, okay, the lady moves into the house. And so my mother is telling me, and so I'm trying to deal with my daughter's situation. Meanwhile, I'm asking my mother questions. Okay, who is this person? She's like, you don't know her. I said, well, what hall does she go to? She could tell me that, but had no other information. I said, well, why did she get kicked out of where she came from? Because apparently she was living with her sister.
Mm-hmm.
She has no information. I said, okay. So I make a phone call to my aunt, who's my mother's youngest sibling. And my aunt was under the impression that this person who was living here was a friend. I said, no, my mother does not know her.
Mm-hmm.
So now everyone is freaking out, like, oh my God, she has this stranger living in the house, blah, blah,
Mm-hmm.
blah. I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of it because my aunt lives out of state. I have another uncle who lives in the suburbs. So I'm the closest one. So I said, don't worry about it. I will take care of it. So I go home. The next morning, I have to get my daughter out of the hospital. She is going to stay with her father and his mother because she's a nurse. So they're going to take care of her
Mm-hmm.
while I work and stuff. So, um, y'all don't know this, but me and my ex live next door to each other.
I
So
did
we
not
live
know
together.
that.
It's extremely convenient. So, um,
I did not know
but
that.
Butterfly, I see your question. I will answer it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Um
gonna get to it. Finish that, Courtney.
so so anyway, I drop Zoe off and I come next door, and my mother is talking to the lady in the kitchen, and they're actually talking about, places to live and stuff like that. I said, cool. So I let them finish their conversation. I introduced myself to the woman, who's an older woman. And I say, oh, well, I just wanted to introduce myself. Um, you know, um, it's come to my understanding that you had to move suddenly. What was the circumstances? Because I know you were living with your sister. So she starts
Mm-hmm.
to tell me how her sister has Section 8 and her name was not on the voucher and yada, yada, yada. Now, my uncle has Section 8 homes. I'm very, very familiar. I also know that no, everybody's name ain't on the voucher. When they
Right.
come and do the inspection, you leave
Yep.
and then you come back.
Yep.
So I call BS. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
call BS, but I'm like, whatever. So I said, well, you can do an Airbnb for rooms, et cetera, et cetera. My mother says, oh, well, she can't afford that. And I said, well, Ma, how do you know?
Mm-hmm.
And also, why like you're kind of coming to the defense of this stranger. So anyway, so I explained to the woman. I said, well, I just really wanted to come and introduce myself and just let you know that we are concerned as a family of
Mm-hmm.
how my mother would have a stranger, no offense to you, but you are a stranger,
Mm-hmm.
living in her home. So my
Mhm.
mother says, I told you my daughter was gonna come and say something. I said, of course I am, because I love you and this is a strange situation.
Mhm.
So as I'm talking, me and my mother are going back and forth. The woman goes back into the bedroom, which was my room. So she goes back into the room and she closes the door. And so I said, Mom, I'm like, are you okay? And this is literally just mother a daughter to mother question, a woman to woman question. I'm like, are you okay?
Mhm.
I'm fine. Why would you? She immediately gets, an attitude. I said, no. I was like, because I'm like, do you need money? Like, what is the issue? Because I can have friends come over here and you letting this random person live here. Mind
Mhm.
you, the woman had no bed. Okay. So I asked her, I said, where is she sleeping? She's like, well, I don't know. Cause she said the couch was too low for her. Only thing in that room was a desk, a chair, and like bins of and boxes of things that she brought home.
Mhm.
So I said, so mom, you don't know if in the middle of the night this woman is laying next to you in your bed. She said, why would you say that? I said, because you don't know this person. And that is something that can happen. And I said, and when you go to work, where is she?
Mhm.
Oh, she's at home. She's in the house. I said, well, she can change the locks and call the
Mhm.
police on you.
Be
And
all
it's
up
her
in her
house.
stuff. Mhm.
And she's like, why are you scaring me? That's not. I said, because this is what can happen. I'm like, squatters' rights is a thing.
Especially
Okay.
here in
So,
Chicago.
especially, you can't get them out.
Mhm.
So my mother wanted me to stop talking because we're in the kitchen and she felt like my voice could carry. And I said,
Mhm.
who cares? I said, this is your house. Who cares? She should
Mhm.
know that we're going to be talking about this. Okay. So we go into the living room and I said, well, and I'm going to say his name because I don't care. I said, call Brother Pfeiffer. He's the one that organized this whole thing.
I know him. Is he
You know,
short and used to be a
yes.
plumber?
Yep. Yep. I said, call him. I'm not gonna call him because, you're gonna say something. I said, I'm not gonna say anything but ask him to come and get this person.
Okay.
I said, because he set it up. He's the elder in her congregation. He should shepherd his own flock.
Mhm.
Give her you give her a place to live. Don't why did he put your name in it? That's
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
wanted to know.
Why
So
he
at
didn't make why he didn't make her a pallet at his house?
hello. So at this point, my mother gets emotional and she doesn't want to talk. She's shutting down. Okay.
Mhm.
So I said, okay, Ma. I said, well, I'm gonna leave. I said, but I'm gonna call you tonight. And if you don't answer the phone, I'm coming back over here. She's like, oh, you're gonna come all the way back here from Hammond. I was living in Hammond, Indiana at the time. I said, yeah, why wouldn't I? You're my mom. I'm
Mhm.
gonna come and check on you. Okay. So let's fast forward, guys. The next day comes. I was in class. I had a class in the evenings. So my aunt calls me, my mother's younger sister. She calls me and I text her and I said, hey, I'm in class, text me. Excuse me. She says, well, I talked to your mother. She was talking to me in her car. Okay. My mother was uncomfortable talking on the phone in the house. She went to the car. Now, that should tell you something ain't right. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
So she said the lady told her that she had to move out because her sister had a cat and she's allergic to cats. I said, but she told me
It
she
was
went on,
Section
it
8.
was Section 8. So
Mhm.
I said, okay, well, no matter what it is, she's a liar. So now she really got
Mhm.
to go. Okay.
Mhm.
So that night, my instructor said, because I think we're preparing for a test. My instructor says, um, if anyone doesn't have any questions, we can go. If you want to stay, but I heard we can go. I was like, I got to go. So if you guys are familiar with the Chicagoland area, I was in Tinley Park. I'm zooming down 80 to 57 to get back to the south side of Chicago, okay?
Mhm.
Because I got to go save my mama, okay? So my uncle, my mother's brother, was like, what's this brother Pfeiffer's number? So I said, don't worry about it. I'm going to find it. So I found the number,
Mhm.
called him, called him, no answer. Um, I said, okay, don't worry about it. I called my best friend. I said, hey, listen. I could barely get it out. I said, hey, listen, she knew the whole situation. I'm
Mhm.
headed to the house. I need you to call me in like 15 minutes.
Mhm.
If I don't answer, pull up. She says, I got you. Okay. So, okay, everybody knows how we used to dress back in the day. We going to school. Okay. I look crazy. I have on sweatpants, some flip flops, a t shirt. My hair is pulled back, whatever. So I look insane. So as I'm driving, my aunt calls me, my mom's younger sister, and she's like, well, what are you gonna do? I said, I am gonna politely, respectfully get this woman out. Like she needs to make arrangements and go home or go wherever she needs to go. So my aunt says, oh my God, your mom's calling me. What do I do? I said, click over and tell her I'm on my way. So I pull up to the house. I couldn't get the key in the door fast enough. My mother opens the door. She's trying to hug me and block me from coming into the house.
Mm.
Yes. My aunt is on so she's holding the phone and she's like, hug me, Courtney, hug me. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? So I football arm her. Like, get out my way. I walk down the hallway and my door, the where the lady was staying, was closed.
Mhm.
Okay. I go to push on the door. I feel body weight on the door.
Mm.
Okay. I look at my mom and I said, are you kidding me right now? I'm like, this is your house. She's barricaded herself in the room. So I literally, my life flashed before my eyes. I said, okay, I have a business. I have, a child. I said, okay. I said, well, we're doing this. And I backed up and I bust open that door. And the door flew open.
Mhm.
The lady is like, she kind of falls back. She has her phone in her hand. And I said, who are you talking to? You need to tell them to come pick you up now. And
Mhm.
she's like, I'm trying. I said, well, you need to try harder. I said, who's on the phone? And I'm just snapping. My mother is behind me. And she's like, Courtney, you're scaring her. You're scaring her. And I'm looking at my mom like, you're defending this person? I'm trying
Like,
to help you out.
right.
So I'm kind of going back and forth with my mom. The lady is in the room. She sits down at the desk. She's got a Bible open in front of her. And I said, "And you got the Bible open in front of you? You
Mhm.
a hypocrite." I was like, "You ain't gave my mama no money." I'm like, "Where is the lease? I'm going in." I hear somebody on the phone saying, "Do you want me to call the police?"
Mm.
And I said, "Oh, please call the police." I said, "Please call the police because your friend will have some place to stay tonight." So my mother's like, please don't call the police on my daughter. Please don't call the police on my daughter. So I'm looking at my mom again, like, what are the police going to do to me?
Right.
She's the one trespassing here. She has no lease. She has nothing. So why are you looking at it like they're going to do something to me?
Mhm.
Okay. So a lot of things were happening here in this situation. So I am so mad. I don't know what else to do but to walk outside. Now, I think at the time it was winter, it was like January. I don't know what else to do. I'm like, oh my God, this is a crazy situation. I'm telling my mama, call Brother Pfeiffer. Call, there's another brother who lived at the end of the block. I'm just trying to remember any elder that went
Mhm.
to the hall at the time, that still knew was around that from when I went to the meetings. And so my mother refused. But finally she calls one of the brothers who he passed away after this, lived down the street. So I called him and I'm telling him the whole situation. And this person went to his Kingdom Hall. And I
Mhm.
said, brother, I said, I know because we used to go to his house for book study. I said, I know you got room in your basement. You can take her. She's a
Mhm.
part of your congregation. Your job is shepherd the flock. She's a
Yeah.
part of your flock. He said, he's like, Courtney, I'm an old man. He's like, nobody tells me what's going on anymore, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, so you can't help me? Okay, cool. I'll call the police. So apparently he called someone else. I'm trying to make this short, but it's a juicy story. It's a juicy story. So I guess he ends up calling another elder that I
Mhm.
had never met. So
Mhm.
as I'm standing outside fuming, I see a truck pull up, and it's this person that I never met. And the elder that I was talking to on the phone, he comes walking down the street. So they come in the house, and they are talking to my mom, and I was like, okay, I need to start recording. So I start recording what was happening. And so basically one of the elders said, they're gonna take her for the night and they're gonna take her, she's gonna grab all her essentials that she needs for the evening, because basically it's not safe for her to stay there anymore. No, it's not. It's not safe. Because I was on a rampage.
Mhm.
So she gathers her things, but let me back up because I'm missing a big piece. So before the elders come, I walk back in the house, and I see the lady on the dining room table signing a piece of paper. I ask, "What is that?" My mother says, "Oh, it's the lease." So magically, a lease has appeared, prepared by the elders.
Mm.
Okay,
What?
prepared by the elders. Okay, so for the month of January, which was halfway over at this point, the lady was supposed to give my mother, I think like $100, and then starting the next month, it was going to be a little bit over $200. So I said, "Let me see the paper." I tried to grab it from this woman. She grabs my wrist and she says, "You need to let your mama look at it first." And I said, "Oh, so you put your hands on me?"
Oh my
And I
God.
look at my mom like, "Are you going to say anything?" My mother said she didn't see her put her hands on me. I said, "But guess what?" I said, "I can call the police on you because now you've assaulted me. So now what?" She starts walking away, talking under her breath. Now, us as black people, when you walk away and you talking crap under your breath, you want to fight. I don't care how old you are. You want to fight. So I'm walking up on her because at this point you want the smoke. So I said, "I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What did you say?" My mother's like, "She's still one of your elders. You need to respect her." My mother has not, like, the whole time, my mother has not taken up for me.
Mhm.
Okay. So the lady walks away, and I look at my mom. I said, "So all of this for $100?
Mhm. Mhm.
For $100?" I said, "I would have given you $100."
But it wasn't about $100. It's the conditioning. Here it
Mm-hmm.
is. These brothers then got together and said, "Hey, sister, so and so got an extra room.
Right.
Let's put this burden on her."
Mm-hmm. Yep. So the lady writes my mother a check, all this stuff. And I'm just like, wow. So my ex he ends up taking the check and tearing it up because he had a good point. He said, if your mother takes this check and cashes it, that woman can basically say, "I can stay here until the end of the month because I paid her."
Yep.
And I looked at him, I was like, "You know what? After all these years, you made sense." But
Yeah.
anyway, I said, "That's a good point." If you
Mhm.
had have seen my mother's face when he took that check and tore it up.
Mhm.
But anyway, so they said they were gonna pick up the rest of her stuff the next day. My ex was there. He said, "No, you all are gonna take all her stuff tonight. This is not our problem." And I
Mhm.
said, "You know what? It's not our problem." So the
Mhm.
brother that came walking down the street, he said, "You know what? I'll take her stuff, and put it in my garage." I literally said, "It's on camera." I said, "Look at God. We have a solution." So they took her and her stuff. I left, and my mother was calling me all night. She sent me a text saying, "Are we good now?" I did not respond. She's calling my aunt. She's calling everybody. She could not understand why I did not want to talk to her.
Mhm.
She told my ex she didn't understand why no one was worried about how she felt. And so he was confused. He's like, "Well, how do you feel?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's like she couldn't understand the gravitas of everything that had transpired that night.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time as a ex Jehovah Witness or Jehovah Witness kid that I truly, truly, truly experienced your parents picking the religion over you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm.
I literally, I it's even in the video, like I was sobbing. And when I
Yeah,
played it back, I was like, who is that? It was me.
yeah.
I couldn't even recognize my voice the way I sounded because it was just everything had hit me at once. I was like, I was always prided myself on the fact that my mother has never stopped talking to me. Like, yeah, she did some crazy stuff, you know. She threatened that she wasn't going to talk to me, but she never did, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
but to have her treat me the way that she did in that moment and basically pick someone else over me, it was just very it was sobering, like
Not,
for real.
yeah, not just somebody, a complete stranger, and
Literally.
just because they're JW. I
Yep.
had talked about this kind of somewhat like this in a video before. I think I did, where I had met the requirements to be able to go to an international convention. It was in
Mhm.
Hawaii. And they like, oh, you need to get these cards. You're gonna pass them out to your friends, and this, that, and the third, and blah 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 blah. And people was like, oh, you can, if you ever come to Japan or whatever, you can stay with me. And I'm thinking like, I don't know you. Like, I got real Chicago in my head. Like, I don't know you.
Right.
Like just because we part of the same religion, that don't automatically for me, and maybe that's the Chicago in me, don't mean that just all I can't even do the word, like all common sense just go away.
Exactly.
Like that could have been very bad. I've heard just crazy things that happen. It's fun. Like my husband is almost similar, not JW though. Um
Hmm.
Somebody he know. Somebody call and say, hey, my friend, she down on her luck. She a Christian, this, and that. Because the person my husband know, is a Christian, churchgoer, Bible this, scripture that. So this person feeling like they Jesus' little sister say, okay, they can come. And it wasn't even, I don't even think it was a week. And this woman had like taken
Mm-mm.
over. So now you feel crazy. You about to lose your mind, and this your house.
Hmm.
Like she had to get very unchristian like and recruit some people
Yep.
to get this woman out because the woman was like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
this is
Hmm.
why they have shelters and other non-for-profit organizations. Like, I just don't get it. And I can only imagine, Courtney, how devastating that was, like you
Hmm.
say, like that memory and being able to go back and look at the video and be like, damn,
Hmm.
my mama just chose this religion and a freaking stranger
Yes.
when I'm over here trying to protect your life.
Exact. And that's what my aunt had to explain to her because my mother couldn't understand. And my aunt was like, "Do you not realize that Courtney did this because she loves you? Like she's
Right.
trying to protect you. You did something that was kind of crazy, you know."
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I and girl Tanisha, when I tell you, me and my mother have still not discussed that because I said we cannot discuss it because we have two different opinions,
Mm-hmm.
strong opinions about it. And I just
Mm-hmm.
feel like if we were to go down that road, it would lead me down a road of extreme hurt and all this stuff and emotion. Um, But again, my mother likes to bring up things at the most inopportune time. You like that word inopportune? That's a Jehovah Witness word. Um,
We just full
another,
of we just full of JW
I
vocabulary
know,
today.
I know, but one of the this chick that goes to the Kingdom Hall with her, I guess had dealings with the person that was living in the house, and was trying to explain to her like where I was coming from. And she was just like, and she explained it to me and I understand now. But I got even more upset
Mm-hmm.
because I said, you didn't listen to me. Your child, I came
Mm-hmm.
out of you
Mm-hmm.
and you're listening to someone else
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
just because.
well, you know why, Courtney? Because it's just like if it don't come out the mouth of another JW, it don't count.
Exactly. And that's it's really sad.
What's so
So,
jacked up? It's so jacked up.
mm-hmm.
It's so
Yes.
jacked up. Thanks so much for sharing it, man. That's crazy. That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
It's,
Um,
yeah, that was like, so wow. I'm gonna have to send you that video because you're gonna be like, what?
yeah. Send it
Yeah,
to me.
it's crazy. So I'm gonna go back to Butterfly's question. She said,
Yeah,
any
I got it
lingering,
pulled up.
okay.
I think I do. So Butterfly asked, any lingering precepts, doctrines, beliefs that still influence your thoughts or behaviors, even if ever so slightly?
I'm gonna say yes and no. And no, because obviously I don't believe in any of the doctrine or anything like that anymore. However, when I was growing up, there was a circuit overseer that was very popular. His name was Brother McGee, and he was very into, like I mentioned before in our video,
Mm-hmm.
pioneering, getting baptized. But also, it was something with him and like demonic things and spirits and all this stuff. And I will never forget that he gave a talk about this family who I forgot what if they bought something at a store. I don't know what happened. But
Probably a
basically,
thrift store.
right, the thrift, we need to talk about the thrift store thing and Jehovah's Witnesses.
I did a video on it.
Oh
I
my
when I
God, it's a thing.
Yes,
But
when I learned about that, I was like, this is crazy.
it
But go
was
ahead.
it was the Smurf. When I was growing up, it was we couldn't watch the Smurfs
Yep.
because they were little demons,
Yep.
all that stuff. But basically, what I recall from the story is that they were all going to bed, and the mother and father hear one of the kids screaming, and they come up to the kid's room and they see the kid levitated off the bed and him being strangled by his own pajamas. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yes, and I guess they said the name of Jehovah and he was released. I don't know.
And they just let and he just dropped down.
So
I've heard that similar version
yeah.
before
So
as
I think that's like JW lore.
folklore.
Yes, but because of stories like that, I am very freaked out about. I truly believe that there are good spirit, there's good energy, there's bad energy, there's good
Mm-hmm.
spirits, there's bad. So I don't mess with that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
If someone's like, "Oh, let's play with this Ouija board." Nope,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
good. Let's go to New Orleans and go to the voodoo store. Nope, I'm good. I don't, because that stuff was so, it freaks me out. Now
Yeah.
I'm interested in it, right? Like the voodoo religion and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
Yeah,
uh-uh,
but
no,
not up close
no,
and personal.
no. If there is a movie involving anything about like spirits, like paranormal activity, I do like that series of movies. However, I'm gonna tell you, I think it was the first one that came out. I remember the day the went to see it. My room was in the basement, and I remember I always had a light on in the basement. That light bulb popped, and I said, oh hell no. But
You like, not again. Won't happen to me again.
so yeah, like that spiritism stuff, I respect it. I respect it because I do believe in
Mhm.
that for sure.
But not
Um
to the degree but I'm assuming not to the degree of, oh, I can't go to thrift or a
oh no,
resale store,
correct. Yeah, correct.
or if my daughter wanna, get into Pokemon and things of that nature.
Oh my, is Pokemon a thing? Oh Lord.
Yeah, I think Pokemon was like along the lines of the Smurfs from what I heard.
Girl. Yeah,
And
she has a huge stuffed Pokemon on her bed. Yeah, that's
yeah,
totally fine.
yeah. So not that stuff, but like you say, a little bit more deep truths, like kind of spirit.
Hmm.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, there is one thing that it used to mess with me when I was younger. Like a lot of extra home witnesses battle with this, like the weather. Like if there's a really bad storm, um
Mm,
if like I know in Chicago we usually get them around like June, like it's windy
June,
and the
July.
rain and the
Yep.
thunder, and I'm just like, oh my God, Armageddon is here. I used to battle with that, and now I'm just like, okay, it's just a storm. But
Yeah.
I know a lot of people still deal with that because all the magazines and the book of Bible stories have the most horrible images in it, and all you
Hmm.
see is the sky, and it looks like a
Hmm.
horrible storm, and you're just like, oh my God, this is it. So um but as of right now, I'm good. Like that spiritism thing, that's the only thing that I'm like, I don't want to mess with that.
Yeah.
But everything else, I'm totally fine. Like I went to the guy I was dating last year, his stepfather passed, and he was an elder. I grew up, with their family. I went to the hall, went to their funeral, and I thought I would be really, really triggered by it. But
Hmm.
honestly, I felt really good because I was just there to support. Like
That's
I was,
it.
you
Yeah.
know, I'm there to
Hmm.
support the family.
Yep.
It was a trip to see a lot of people I had not seen in a long time.
Yeah.
It was a trip to not see anybody with actual books. Everything is on a screen.
Hmm.
Um,
That's what I hear.
yeah,
That's what I
it's
hear.
girl, it is wild. It is
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
But honestly, I felt better than anybody there. Like I saw my ex best friend who I was on the assembly with back in the day when we were 12.
Hmm.
She's, an elder's wife, all this stuff. I'm like, oh girl, like, I cannot live that life. So, I'm just like, hey, I'm just
Hmm.
here to support, and I'll see y'all on the probably in the next 10 years. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, the hall now, it's a trip.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Um, so let's see, Melissa, because I had asked them like, can y'all believe this? And
Mm-hmm.
Melissa said it is crazy, and it just proves how if the elders say something, no question asked, the group
Mm-hmm.
follows, no matter how what they ask, inconvenient themselves because they
Mm-hmm.
believe this is direction from God.
That's
Yep,
facts. Yep.
yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Melissa also said that's what brainwashing does to people. Sadly, they lose all thinking abilities for themselves. And then Ray added in indoctrination can be a psychosis for many. Mm,
Yep.
yeah.
And to add on to that, mental illness is real, and I don't know how it was in your congregation, or but there was a lot of women who had mental illness, and it was wrapped in religion as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really crazy how a lot of mental illness in the congregations go undiagnosed because you're supposed to just put your faith in
And
Jehovah,
Jehovah.
and study
Mm-hmm.
a little bit more and all stuff. It's like, no, girl, you need Prozac, you need you need lithium.
Yeah.
Like, you know um so yeah,
Yes.
very, very interesting.
Yes. Now I will say the people who I was maybe privy to, um, they were more anxiety, depression. Now, was it
Mm-hmm.
people there, schizophrenic and things of that nature? I'm sure, bipolar, I'm sure. But like people that I was close to, I found out, and it was so interesting. They end up eventually having to go on like the SSRIs, the medication, after their kids got disfellowship.
Mm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
the anxiety and depression just went to a whole nother level, you know.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
it's
that
crazy.
the night I got, not the night, but maybe like the following week after I was disfellowshipped, I would never forget this. Um, I stayed home obviously because I'm not finna go somewhere that I didn't want to be in the first place for just to sit there and people not to talk to me. But anyway, my mother had to talk. And it was on the second school. I guess is it called the B school now? I don't know. It was on the second school, and my mother said that she got up there and she was up. They were about to start, and she was just like, "I can't do this,"
Mhm.
so dramatically. I can't do this, and then sat back down. And I
Mhm.
guess the elder had to basically go over whatever information they were supposed to discuss in their talk.
Yeah.
But I'm just looking at her like, and she told me, I'm just so upset and blah blah blah. I said, so you're blaming me for on the fact that you couldn't do your talk
Mhm.
because you're so embarrassed about, like, it was, oh my
That's
god, it
it.
was just
That's
so
it.
much.
That's it.
Mhm.
Like, oh my God. I and here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you why the friends freak out when this stuff happens. Because they've been in car groups where they if they not doing the talking, they doing the listening when other people are talking about this
Mhm.
person's child got this fellowship, or this person is a weak witness, or this sister don't support her husband. She know he trying to reach out and all
Mhm.
of that. So when you know that you've been in those conversations and listening and participating, when the spotlight on you, they can't handle it.
Mhm.
They can't handle it.
Mhm.
Let's see. Okay, Butterfly said, "OMG, RCO told us the same, but it was slippers that
Oh
fell."
wow.
You and I are the same. Those stories forever traumatized me and won't watch those movies. Butterfly said, "Wow, same again for years after fading, rainstorms, the moon
Mhm.
oddly, etc., triggered those fears." That
Mhm.
you know what? Until I got into this space, obviously with the YouTube channel and stuff like that, I never as an adult coming in, I never made any connection to like bad storms at Armageddon. I never did. But to hear so many who were born and raised in talk about that, it's like OMG. Like so many of y'all have that story where y'all like this is it. Like I couldn't imagine being 7 years old, it's a bad storm, and you thinking, oh God, the end coming. You know? Like that's so sad to me. That's so sad.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I got a call and then it froze up. I'm like, what happened? Okay, I'm back.
Oh, okay. No worries. All right, y'all. Keep your questions coming or your comments. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Melissa says, same. All the sister in my hall also suffer from mental illness. Yeah.
Mhm.
So true. I remember being a kid sitting in the back seat in field service of the sisters' cars, listening to them talk about all the drama in the congregation.
Mhm.
Um, let's see. Butterfly said, which of the two cult terms still triggers you the most? Bad association spoils useful habits. Keep your eyes on the prize. I guess those are her two.
Lord, I read, girl. I, the second one doesn't even bother me at all. It's bad associations spoil useful habits because one, I had to repeat that to my mother all the time. She would constantly say that when I would say I had a friend at school, or a friend here, a friend there. So that one, that's the one.
Yeah,
That's the one.
yeah.
But I will tell you, the bad
Oh,
association
no, no,
comes
no.
from
Okay,
within.
okay. I misunderstood the question. So she said, which of the two cult terms still triggers you the most? And then she gave us the two, and so you
Mm-hmm.
just answered that. Okay,
Yep.
that was my bad. I read it wrong. Um, yeah. And y'all, look, shame on me. I I used to share that with some of my kids when I was a teacher. Like kids that you knew was kind of uh
Mm-hmm.
gullible, or if they get caught up in this group, they gonna suffer the most because the rest of these kids is more a little street savvy. And I used to bust that out on them.
Girl. Oh my God. Oh,
Oh
that was
wait.
always, oh my God, that was always brought up to me. But the worst people I hung out with was, the elders' daughters.
Yeah, you
Um,
mentioned that in the video.
yeah, they were literally the worst. My mother, I actually saw one of those elders' daughters because she wanted me to do her makeup.
Hmm.
She still goes to the hall, unfortunately. But I told my mother that I saw that person, and she's just like, I don't want you talking to her. She's evil. And so I said, well, why do you why do you say that? And she literally admitted, well, it's from what she's heard. And I said, well, what have you heard? Like, I'm just like, how are you basing
Yeah.
something that she's evil off of here? Like, there's such walking contradictions. It's like, don't gossip and all this
Mhm.
stuff, but they're the most gossipingest people ever. And
Mhm.
so, I don't want, it's no point in telling my mom, the truth about all these people. Um, because she's old. My mom's older now. Nothing I say is ever gonna change her mind about,
Oh yeah.
the religion. So it's no point. But I just try to point her attention to the fact that you are gossiping and you're talking negatively about people, and you
Yep.
know what I mean? I'm just like, why are you doing this? Um,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But since we're talking about bad association, spoiling useful habits and things of that nature, this is a question I have for you, Courtney. And
Mm-hmm.
this can go to the chat too, if this applies. Based on our conversation from the video, how do you think things would have maybe played out had you not kind of had a double life? Like, had you not said, I'm still gonna have these friends, at school.
Oh
And I
God.
understand I can't tell my mama about them, but these are my
Mm-hmm.
friends, and things of that nature. How do you think, if you had not done that, like if you had just stayed the course, only JW kids and only the creme of the creme JW kids, and things like that, how do you think, because
Like my
how
life
old
would
were
have
you?
turned out.
How old were you? Like in your like what early mid 20s when you like officially kind of left, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how do you think, had you not had that semi double life, as a middle schooler, high schooler, early 20s, how do you think that would have impacted, you know, your basically your fading, your leaving?
Hmm. I think it probably would have been harder just because you
Mhm.
I'm a social person, and I have to my personality, I have to, especially if I have big feelings, I have to be able to talk to someone and talk them
Mhm.
out and work through it. And if that were the case, I would not have had that outlet. Um and making friends at a certain age is hard,
Mhm.
especially when you've grown up a certain way. So I would imagine if I had a stayed on the straight and narrow road, guys, um,
Yep.
that my personality would probably be a little bit more,
Mhm.
it would be different.
Mhm.
So I would probably be a little socially awkward, you know.
Mhm.
Oh
I
God, that's
agree.
like scary.
Yeah, I know.
Scary to think about.
I agree. I had a conversation and I did uploaded a video with a guy named Jerron, and we our conversation kind of narrowed in on like the impact of being like born and raised as a JW, um more so like when you really are just trying to do all the right things, and then when you wake up you learn that this is not the God's true religion and all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
how so many struggle. And this has been my observation from meeting people through this channel, knowing people, hearing other people's stories. The ones that were raised in the JW, who like, I gotta stay the course, I can't have no friends, I can't, and then they boom, they have whatever awakening and they leave, they struggle, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the
Mm-hmm.
ones who kind of had a double life, like, a semi double life, hardcore double life, like
Mm-hmm.
straight up, whole nother life, like almost like another family, like a Lifetime movie, they do better because they've already, they by you having that double life, you've already made space for the indoctrination not to be on your shoulders, like,
Yes.
like a monkey,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, what they say, get the monkey off my back kind of thing.
Exactly.
So that's been my observation. Let me see, we got some stuff going on in chat. Okay, Butterfly asked another question. So I'm gonna read the question, but,
Mm-hmm.
but hold on, before you answer it. She says, as a child, what image and or story in that yellow horrifying book you find most disturbing, upsetting? Um, and then this is just me and Melissa going back and forth, I think. Let me see. Melissa says, having that double life has saved me. Okay. Yep.
Mhm.
See? And I'm so happy that I did have those friends outside the religion. Yep.
Mhm.
If I stayed 100% in the religion, I don't know if I would still be here, to be honest.
I mean, that's facts.
Oh, Melissa.
Mhm.
Melissa.
But it's true.
Yeah. Hands.
Hands down, that interview was my favorite. Thank you, girl. Melissa, where are you from?
She in PA.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So that's
um
the question.
Back to butterfly question.
Yes.
And then I
Oh
got
my,
a fun fact
uh,
about that book, y'all. Don't let me forget.
oh my God, my book of Bible stories. So when I was growing up, my mother would read me a story out of that book, and also we had tapes that was in this big brown case that
Mm-hmm.
she would play as I was going to sleep. So yeah. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I some images that stuck out to me was Jezebel. If you all remember how she looks, like all that makeup, all the the grimace on her face, and then you see the dogs. I'm getting the chills just thinking about it. Like the
Mm.
dogs at the bottom, and I'm just like, it was just like they pushed her to the dogs, like it was crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, Dinah. I remember that tent in the background. You see the guys like looking at her, and my mother would always tell me the story about Dinah, and
Mm-hmm.
basically you gotta watch who you hang with and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, but my friends are not gonna bring me around. Like it was just the way they blamed Dinah
Yep.
for being raped or about to be raped. It was just crazy. And also I remember um I think it was like you see Jesus and all the angels, and then you see destruction on the bottom, hell coming from the sky, and people like holding their face like they're dying. I remember the flood. That one was terrifying. And as children we just think this is normal. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know that this was abnormal.
Mm-hmm.
Um until I grew up and I thought about it. Well, I think it was after I had my daughter. And I said, it was kind of like, I would never
Mm-hmm.
read these stories to her. They're terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm literally incurring fear into her. For what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I literally can see those images like like the book is in front of me. It was
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're an 80s baby, like that My Book of Bible Stories, the Live Forever book, all that's like drilled into our heads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here's my fun fact about that book, y'all. So y'all know I didn't grow up as a Jehovah's Witness, but once I started studying, and I think by that time the cover had become like a paperback. And when I saw like the original cover, the gold book with like
Mm-hmm.
the red writing, I was like, "Oh my God, we used to have this book." So of course, some JWs around me was like, "See, Jehovah was trying to call you as a child."
Oh my
But
God.
once I learned, and it was, my grandma and them had like the stereo. They had like a thin like stereo, case thing where you had the record player on top and then all the little things. And then at the bottom, that's where they would have albums. And that book was just randomly down there. And I remember just finding it one day and looking through the pictures and all this stuff. But I just remembered that book. I just remembered that book because it was in such a weird place because like we had these built-in shelf cases in the living room, and that's kind of where the books was, unless it was like my mama little, little romance novels or something like that. But just to show you how a JW will turn anything you do or anything you say to make it seem like that was your sign to be here. It's all
Mm-hmm.
anything that's gonna be a sign to be here, they're gonna do it. So yes, that is crazy. So I do remember the vividness of those pictures. um But excuse you, sir, girl, these dogs are just broke up in here.
Oh yes, Butterfly said this. Oh, and Positive Pathway says this too. The scene with the sword and the baby. Oh my God, yes.
Is that
Yes.
when they was fighting about
Yes.
something and
Oh,
they said split
something
the
about,
baby?
yeah, what was the story about, guys? Does anybody remember? Oh
Look at
my
this. Look
God.
at this menace.
Look at that baby.
Look at him. It's a menace.
Yeah, I remember it was like they were holding in the picture, they were holding the baby
Yeah.
by the leg, and they were gonna cut the baby in half. And
Half, right?
basically it was to prove, I guess, I don't know who the real mother was, or I don't know. And one of the they was like, no, 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 don't do it, or give the baby to the other lady. And I
Yeah.
guess they said that that was the mother because it proved like how much they love the baby. I'm not sure, but if y'all could remind me in the chat. But crazy, insane, so
Yes.
insane.
Okay, let's see. Butterfly said yes, yes, yes. Jezebel, Dinah, the head of the
Oh,
plat.
had on the platter for birthdays.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
remember that. The flood with the woman
Holding that baby up.
holding that baby, the soldier about to cut baby in half. It really was psychological abuse. Um, let's see, Melissa. Wait, aren't they studying that? I heard they are. I think studying that book right now.
Really?
Like talk about watering down the information they are teaching. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder what the adult feel like commenting on those Q&A posts.
Facts.
They don't care about that. Yeah, let's see. Yeah,
Oh, and I
yeah.
remember another picture.
Go lay down, guys. Go.
Samson, Samson,
Oh
um,
yeah, and Delilah.
with the lion or something like that, with his long hair.
Yes, and they cut the
Mm-hmm.
hair. Yeah, that's crazy.
So
Yep.
and they
His
was just they will always talk about that with the brothers, like, don't let these women,
yeah. Get you.
girl, oh my goodness.
All right. Here's my second question. Not only okay. Bye, ma. My mama says she gone. Um, let's see. Butterfly said yes. A woman had lost her baby and
Okay.
tried to claim another's baby. It was soul ripping. Yeah, that's crazy.
Hmm.
Um, so this is for Courtney as well as the chat. Based on videos, new people are popping up every day. Sharing their experience in this organization. Um, why do you all think so many? Because when I look at people's videos, why do you think so many people woke up during COVID?
They have more time.
Ding, ding, ding. That's what I think too.
They Nobody could go to the hall anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're at home.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going out in field service. You got time to think.
Yes. The separation. That's what I
Yeah.
said. Like me going to nursing school, it gave me time away from the bull crap
Hmm.
so that I could just think for a minute.
Hmm.
And I think that's what it is. It finally gave people that separation and
Yep.
time to
Because
be like
girl,
to
when I'm sorry to cut you off, but
no, go ahead.
when they could go back, they had to give talks, basically making the people who still wanted to be on Zoom, making them feel bad because they were trying to get people to come back to the hall. Cause nobody, they was like, shoot, I could be at home
Yeah.
in the bed listening to the meeting. This where I'm gonna
Yes.
be. So I remember that they were trying to make folks feel bad for still being on Zoom. But girl, it's so funny because folks still do that to this day.
Yes.
My mama do it all. I didn't feel what I'm on Zoom. Girl, you falling asleep with that thing in your hand. You ain't paying attention, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Melissa say that's when she woke up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh Butterfly agreed. They had more time. Ray said they had plenty of time to think and reflect on their life in its current state. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa said that's why they keep you so busy. Yep. So you
That's
don't have time
facts.
to think of
Mm-hmm.
anything else but what they want you to know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Time. I like that
Yeah.
butterfly, and they somewhat regain possession of their personhood. That's
Yep.
really
Yep.
a facts. Cause like I mentioned
Mhm.
before, like like my mom, like who are you? Like I don't know who you are outside of this.
Yep.
Like I can give you little bits and pieces of what I know about you,
Yeah.
but who are you as a woman? Like I have my ex boyfriend I was telling you about that I went to his stepfather's funeral. He said he literally does not know his mother. He found
Mhm.
out that she used to be a cheerleader in high school. He asked
Mhm.
her about that. She shut him down. Like she, if it don't have nothing to do with the Kingdom Hall, she
They
don't
don't
want to
talk
talk
about
about
it.
it. She
Yep.
doesn't talk about anything. He said he don't know her favorite color. He don't know.
Mhm.
I'm just like, wow. It's very interesting. It just I don't know.
Yeah.
It takes them, it takes their personalities away.
Yeah.
And I think
It
that's
does.
why I couldn't last, because I think I had too much personality.
Mhm.
Um I knew that I would hear things from the platform about, being a Christian wife, and, all this stuff. And I'd be like, you want me to do what? Submit. Like, you got to earn that. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
it was just so many things that I heard. And I was just like, I'm not that girl. Like,
Mhm.
this is literally not me. And then you
Mhm.
look around and you see who's available to marry, quote unquote. I don't
Yes.
want that. What? No.
Yes.
Mm. Like it's so many. It's one dude in particular. He literally begged to be with the person that he's with. Begs to be
Mhm.
hooked up because he had no, like, outside of the Kingdom Hall. You're not a catch.
Yes. Yes.
And I think that's why a lot of men stay, because in
Yeah.
that organization, they're
Yeah.
they're they're him. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Um, but they're not them. But
Exactly.
yeah, it was just a lot of stuff. Oh my God. But so many women like marrying dudes that are obviously gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Um, women who are obviously, gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I didn't enjoy
Yeah.
that you could not live your truth and be who you wanted to be
Yes.
um in that religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, we got maybe 15 more minutes. We don't want to keep Courtney. I hope y'all have enjoyed this. Like I told y'all, I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy it a lot. And like I said, I still had a couple of questions, and I figure you all will have questions. I know y'all love to kind of get other people's perspective and things like that. And so yeah, we're gonna wrap up in about 14 minutes so that everybody can go on with their evening. Um, and so if you have any last burning questions for Courtney, go ahead and put them. I don't see your question, Butterfly. What was your question? Let me go back and look and see. Put it if you have any last burning questions for Miss Courtney, put them in the chat. Um, nope, I don't see. I think we read all the ones that I saw. All right, Melissa said loved it. Thank you, Courtney, for coming on and
You're
sharing.
welcome, Melissa girl.
Yeah. So I hope that y'all like, the obviously you know, we uploaded the video a while ago, but but I'm doing the best that I can. So um if things go well, there go my guy cool sense. Hey, ain't seen you in a while, but I ain't been consistent either. I hope you're doing well. Um
Thank you, Ray. I think I was.
Um. Oh yeah, born a free spirit.
That's why I keep my mama on her toes.
So, what we got coming down the pipeline? So, if you all have been on Tim's YouTube page, his YouTube page is called Free from Cult Life. So, I had a conversation with Tim. I'm hoping to get his video, edit it, and upload it either tomorrow or Saturday. So me, Tim, and Jerron are gonna be doing some panels, some live panels.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be like a double hitter. So you all seen what I did with Jerron, and y'all probably are already subscribed to Jerron channel. So go ahead and make sure y'all check him out. Jerron Benton, I believe, is his channel. And then Tim, if you are not familiar with Tim, he has a very, very interesting story, and he gives us a summary on the video that we did together. But we're looking to do something. I think ideally we're gonna start with at least once a month, and it'll be a panel, so it will, talk about all kinds of things. But I think y'all gonna like that. So I am, even when I ain't over here being consistent, I am working in the background, y'all. Let's see. Courtney, will you be back soon? Melissa, you like Courtney that much? Courtney a busy lady.
I
But
do
yeah,
have
we can
for
definitely
sure. I have to think of some more stories to tell y'all. I do have a YouTube channel. It's a little dry, Melissa. It's a little dry. But follow me on Instagram, Coco.Walden. And you can keep in contact with me there. And then if I post something, I'll definitely share it to Instagram too.
and if I'm not mistaken, Melissa, if you have Facebook, Courtney has
Oh
a
yeah, I have a
even
XJW
though
group.
even though it says I think XJW Chicago, but you could still
Yeah,
go join. Um
you might see somebody you know.
um
Wait, what?
right. Cool Sense said he been
Positive pathway?
busy. Oh, sounds exciting. Let's see, does Courtney have a YouTube channel? Okay, she just told you that. Y'all see in the chat quicker than me. Courtney, you just happen to be born in the JW organization. Yep.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, but thank God for my family who no one is Jehovah's Witness except for my mother. So I still had my family and stuff like that.
Positive. What is this? I got a story about those elders' kids getting caught naked and had to stand
What?
there naked until their parents came to get them at the elders' house. Is this something new? Is this something new? Oh, y'all. So tell me what y'all think about this. So I'm thinking about doing like quick little lives about things that's going on trending like in social media. They may be religious related or not. Um but I'll probably do them like around lunchtime. Like I'm trying to think of something clever like lunchtime lunchtime tea, but instead of
It's
TEA.
TEE. I like that. Okay, I see butterflies. Question. She said Shasta lime or Shasta cola, hoagie or burrito, Swiss Miss pudding or cheese Danish. Okay, girl, that's that district convention food. Let me see. So I
That's before my time.
Girl, so when I tell you they had the bomb food and it was a
I heard.
privilege. It was a privilege to make the sandwiches. So let's
Yeah.
see. Shasta lime all day, hoagie all day long. It wouldn't be no cheese Danish. Give me an apple Danish. Okay, if you know, you know. Oh, she went to the Twin Halls. Hey, Chi Town.
Who positive?
Yep.
Yeah, positive's from the Chicago area. Yep.
Okay, join the
Um,
Facebook group, girl. I know some
um,
people that went there.
let me see if I'm able. Can y'all still see me?
Mhm.
All right. Let me see if I'm able to drop the group link in
It was elders kids at the Twin Halls. Girl, I need the tea. I need names. I need congregations. Oh my goodness. How long ago was this? The fruit bags. Hey, yes. Oh, the fruit bags used to be so fire. And when they stopped making the lunches, I was so mad. I think everybody was so mad. Do you remember the tickets? You had to have tickets or something like that. And they had like a dry chicken sandwich. Girl, they had the lunches was and the breakfast was so good.
All right, y'all. I think I just dropped the correct link to Courtney's. Now it says XJW Chicago, but you all are loving Courtney, so that's a good way to keep in contact with her. Go and join her
Yes, please.
Facebook group. Let me see what I missed.
You're welcome, Butterfly.
Melissa said you should be in our book club. This is fourth time trying. I know, Butterfly. I don't know why this happens
Yeah,
almost
we never
every
saw
time.
that. That's the first time we saw that question.
Yeah, she really, and I love that. Yes. Okay. Sounds good. I don't have Facebook. Oh, you don't have Facebook, Melissa? Okay. But I
Hit me
do
up on
have
Instagram.
Instagram. Okay. Let's see. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Years ago at the twin da 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 da. Mm.
I need that story, child. I heard there was like a swapping, like wife swap situation going on.
Oh my God.
I've heard so many things. I heard like at Bethel, like uh, alcoholism runs rampant. I heard like they
Yes.
it's a lot of homosexuality, and not that there's anything
Yep.
wrong with that at Bethel.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's so many stories, and I love the tea, honey. I
Yep.
love, but it just shows you like everyone is human, and we all have desires and needs that need to be fulfilled. Why why do we deny ourselves
Mhm.
the natural urges
Mhm.
for a religion? Like
Mhm.
I think that's always been my core thing.
Question.
Like if
Yeah.
I'm made this way,
Yeah.
why am I gonna deny that of myself?
Yeah. You said that in the
Hmm.
conversation. Yeah, like feeling bad for thinking boys are cute or liking a boy.
Yeah, like it's natural.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, like, my daughter is 9, and I'm always like, "Oh, you like him? You think he's cute?" And she'd be like, "No, mommy." But it's like I'm keeping that conversation open so that when she does have those thoughts, she knows she could tell mommy. You know what I mean? My mom and her sister swapped husbands. Girl,
What?
hit me up on the low. I need to know the
What? That is something else.
But that happens at my Kingdom Hall. One week during the weekly meeting, a brother got disfellowshipped.
Mhm.
And a brother and a sister who was because we knew these two couples were close friends. So one of the brothers and one of the couple got disfellowship. The wife and the other couple got disfellowship. The next week, one wife got reproved, and then the other brother got disfellowshipped or something. So everybody started looking like, hmm. So yeah, we put two and two together, and then one of the couples got divorced and remarried. So we knew what that tea was.
Mm, mm, mm,
Hmm.
mm, mm,
So
mm.
Butterfly, yes, the lunches were very good, but also, what about getting dressed for the conventions, getting your new outfits, your 3 new outfits? It was a fashion show also, and getting numbers during lunch. Tanisha, you missed the teenage years because girl, lunch
Mhm.
it used to be like girl the strip, like walking around showing your outfit.
I
We
used to
used
watch. I used to sit back and watch the teenagers.
mm-hmm.
And I used to be like, "Oh, look at them! They all trying to run game and all this."
Yep, because honestly, if you finna be 18, you need to get booed up, and because after that, you ain't getting married.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
need to make a video on that because that's true facts. If you
Mhm.
if you are 25 and you are not married yet, and you're a Jehovah Witness, it's not happening.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely not happening.
Y'all, I have enjoyed this. Like I say, I think it's been a month since I've been on here. Now, when me, Tim, and Jerron do our panel Q&A, it's probably gonna have to be on a Sunday or a Monday because those days work better for them due to their work schedule and stuff like that. So just kind of stay on the lookout for that. Um, I will know by uh probably by Tuesday or next week what my life look like. So I'll try to post like the upcoming calendar for lives. Those who are part of the membership, I am planning like a virtual, I don't want to call it vision board party, because I want it to be focused on our health and wellness. So it's like a health and wellness vision plan. So that's something I'm looking to put together for members. So remember, you can always join the membership on the channel. Make sure y'all like this live, and y'all help your girl get to 1,600 subs. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I feel like they unsubscribing people, or sometimes you know I might lose a few people if I do some, everything ain't gonna relate to everybody kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I would like to hit 1,600, but I'm gonna do my part because I haven't done my part. Let's see. Okay, Melissa said that's when she would get new meeting clothes.
Hmm.
Butterfly said yes, and walking around the stadium 5411 times.
Yes, girl. Yes.
So I will see y'all, for those who are going to be celebrating Christmas and the holidays and all that stuff. I'll definitely see y'all before then. But y'all have a good weekend. And Melissa had mentioned book club. This is the book that we are reading now. Who better
Okay.
than you? The Art of Healthy Arrogance and Dreaming Big. It's pretty good.
I like that. Okay. I'll look for it on Amazon.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And thanks, Ray. Thank you, Ray.
Thank
Um,
you.
and so I missed y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's live. Thank you again to the Queen, Miss Courtney, coming on, still willing to do it.
Yes.
And I have enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it starting back at 7. So I hope y'all like us going back to 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. That way, it ain't too late for all my people that's on the East Coast and everything like that. But y'all have a good weekend. We definitely gonna have Courtney come back. Y'all have enjoyed her tremendously. So we'll have to collaborate whether we do another video and then do a Q&A off of that or what have you. Or maybe I'll rotate people out and we'll just do these kind of panel discussions and things like that.
Hmm.
But y'all have a good one. I'm gonna go eat my little dinner I cooked before I got on live.
Okay, girl. Have a good night.
Good night. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. I was just hanging a few minutes to see if anybody had any last words to say. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Mr. Pepper want to say good night. Come here. Anybody want them a bad boy? Mm. Anybody want them a bad boy? This bad boy is looking for a new home. You, you Snoopy, you, just as crazy as a road lizard. They ready for that melatonin. You see how he just got excited? I tell you, boy, these dogs will run your life, okay? All right, y'all. Let me go take them out for one last pee run and eat my dinner and go to bed. Start fresh tomorrow. Peace.